Hey, Jeremy. Thanks for taking the time to join us today. And I think this is our first time getting to talk to you this season. So I've been wanting to ask about the neck device that you've been wearing. I don't think I know a ton about it. I presume it has something to do with the head injury you sustained last season. Can you give us a little bit about the device and what it's supposed to help you
Yeah, it's a Q collar. A number of professional athletes have been wearing it over the last couple of years as they've been developing their studies and getting the necessary FDA approvals. But it's basically a brain safety device, and the goal is to mitigate the effects of future concussions as well as prevent them. And it's something that I've felt very comfortable wearing since it was introduced to me by the medical staff, and something that I'll be continuing to wear as well.
Thank you, Jeremy. Let's now take a question from Anthony Passarelli. Anthony, go ahead.
Hi, Jeremy. Thanks for joining us today. Question about how you felt the team performed against Minnesota, and was it an improvement? And then a follow-up to that would be, if the team starts to take steps in the right direction, typically a break like this does not come at the right time. Do you feel like the break came at a good time for the Earthquakes heading into the match against Austin? Thanks.
I think the framing of a break is down to kind of who is being able to take advantage of that break. So it's not about a narrative of, yes, taking steady steps forward and now having that momentum hampered. It's more like, no, we took the steps that we needed to take, and now we have an additional 2 weeks to iron out more details and continue to maintain the momentum as a unit, as a team, and as individuals with the standard that we bring to training every day, and hopefully bring that into the next game, which is going to be at home. So we know that that should give us an even greater boost than some of the forward steps that we had taken in previous matches. Specifically to Minnesota, I think that there were definitely some improvements. We didn't concede quite as many chances, in my opinion, as in some of the previous games. I think on the attack, we still have to iron out some of our movements and some of our connections, but there's been a lot of promising work that's been done in the last couple of weeks. So there's no reason to think that it's not going to come this weekend at home. It's going to be a nice day, and we're going to be ready to take advantage.
Next up, we have a question from Fabian Brenkel.
Hey Jeremy, thank you for your time today. During AFCON, your name popped up on the preliminary roster for Cameroon. Were you interested in possibly playing for Cameroon? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all have, a lot of us who are dual nationals or more have great affinity and love for the various countries that we have the possibility of representing. There have been conversations behind the scenes, but that's about as much as I'm willing to share at the moment. Obviously, my dad being from Cameroon and being raised by him, as well as my mom from Madagascar, there is a cultural aspect that each of those countries bring to my character and who I am. And if it's something that I have the opportunity to evaluate in the future, then I absolutely will.
Thank you. We have a second question from Jamin Moore. So go ahead, Jamin.
Hey, Jeremy, I wanted to get a little bit into the chances, or really kind of lack thereof, that you've been getting this season in the box. I took a look at some of the data. Looks like you've only really had about 4 opportunities in front of the goal, right in the box area there, to get off shots. You got shots in 3 of those situations, but the volume seems really low. We spoke with Jackson. He mentioned that you're making great runs. They're just not doing as good a job getting you the ball. So one, I was just wanting to know from your perspective on the same type of thing. What do you think you need to do as a team to be able to get more chances in the box? Number one. Number two, what types of balls do you really prefer to get that you feel that you can best finish off? Through balls, crosses, cutbacks. You like them to the head. You like it to the feet. Like, what's the preferred type of ball that you like to get in that area in front of the box? Thank you.
As to the first part, I think as an offense, we need to be a little bit more decisive in our actions, whether it's myself and the type of run I'm making or the type of run that I'm setting up, or the person on the ball in assessing their options. A lot of times what we might be seeing is that we may see a pass, and as the receiver of a lot of these passes, I see the connection, but the delay in the decision often closes the line to get the ball through. And so that's conversations that we've had and things that we've been working on throughout the week. As it relates to the kind of service that I prefer, I mean, I'm kind of caught in between everything. I'm someone who's had to adapt to different kinds of services on the fly, and that's something that I hope and expect to continue to do. So again, sharpening up our timing and of our movements as well as our decision making, I think should lead to more chances, especially at home. We know that away sometimes it can be a little bit challenging with some of the other teams feeling the momentum that their fans might be giving them, but at home it's time for us to really take advantage of the fact that we're there and make people uncomfortable when they come here.
Thank you. And one final question from Danielle Satan. Danielle, can you hear us? Okay, I believe she's having some issues speaking there. I'll go ahead and read the question for her. Danielle asks, "What's been the focus on training heading into Austin this week? What have been the conversations, the plan there?"
Yeah, I think just kind of touching on the quality of chances that we've created or at times lack thereof this season. There's definitely been an emphasis on final service, final delivery, understanding different players' cues, movements, whether it's the strikers understanding when crossers are ready to cross the ball, crossers understanding the areas that will be occupied, and they need to have faith that if they get the ball there, that runners in the box will take care of the ball there. So there's obviously a lot to work on. I think if you're ever satisfied with where you are, then that's where teams catch up to you. So as an attacking unit especially, we're looking forward to creating more chances for not only the strikers, but also the weak side wingers coming in and the attacking mids crashing the box, and hopefully we can have a successful game.